The sacred power within, embracing divine feminine energy. Have you ever felt that spark inside you? That quiet, knowing voice that whispers, you are more than what they see. That feeling isn't just intuition, it's your divine feminine energy calling you home. I recently had the profound honor of interviewing Ellen Butterfly Allen, a visionary whose work has transformed countless lives by helping Black women reconnect with their sacred creative power. Ellen isn't just another spiritual guide. She's a revolutionary force, dismantling generational trauma and rebuilding pathways to authentic power for women who have been systematically silenced. And her approach doesn't just inspire change, it catalyzes complete transformation, creating ripples that extend far beyond individual healing to reshape entire communities. What struck me most about Ellen Butterfly was her unwavering conviction that each of us carries an ancient wisdom within, a power that has sustained our ancestors through unimaginable hardship and continues to flow through our veins today. This isn't abstract philosophy, it's practical, lived truth. The world may try to convince you that your power is outside yourself. Ellen shared during our conversation, her voice resonating with the depth of someone who has walked through fire and emerged transformed. But everything you need is already within you, waiting to be awakened. This awakening isn't always gentle. Sometimes it comes through pain, through loss, through moments when we feel most broken. But as Ellen Butterfly reminds us, even in our brokenness, we are whole. The Black Moon Lilith Reading Initiative, which Ellen developed, offers a powerful example of this awakening in action. This program provides Black women with spiritual tools to reconnect with their divine feminine energy by helping them identify where they've suppressed their authentic voice, often under the weight of societal expectations and historical trauma. Many participants arrive feeling powerless, their creative expression stifled by external pressures and internalized doubt. Through guided readings focusing on self permission mantras and soul aligned practices, these women learn to own their unique strengths unapologetically. The results were nothing short of transformative. One participant shared, for the first time in my life, I can say no without explaining myself. I can stand in my truth without shrinking. Another described finally feeling connected to her ancestral wisdom after years of disconnection. It's like finding a part of myself I didn't know was missing. This is the first essential truth Ellen Butterfly wants us to embrace. You possess a sacred creative power rooted in divine feminine energy. This isn't just a concept, it's an active force that nurtures, creates, rebuilds, and empowers. When we embrace it, we reclaim our voices and step into our authenticity. But what exactly is this divine feminine energy? It's not about gender roles or stereotypes. It's about balance, the harmony between giving and receiving, between action and reflection, between strength and vulnerability. It's the energy that creates life, that nurtures growth, that transforms darkness into light. For Black women, especially, reconnecting with this energy can be revolutionary. In a world that often demands we be strong without acknowledging our softness, that asks us to give without receiving, that expects us to carry burdens without rest, embracing our divine feminine energy is an act of resistance. It's saying, I am whole, I contain multitudes, I will not be reduced to what others need me to be. The second profound insight from Ellen Butterfly's interview speaks directly to this resistance. Your story, your heritage, and your purpose are sources of strength, never weakness. Honoring where you come from and who you are is essential for resilience in the face of trauma or adversity. We see this truth illuminated through the work of TikTok creator at Afro Indequity, who uses her platform to discuss Black divine femininity and why a collective return to these roots is vital during times of social upheaval. When societal conflict left many of her followers feeling disconnected from their cultural identity or overwhelmed by external negativity, she responded by sharing stories of historical resilience. The Black woman is rising, she reminds her audience, offering practical steps like journaling prompts and affirmations for reconnecting with heritage. Her followers have expressed renewed commitment toward their cultural legacy, with many sharing stories about finding strength through sisterhood circles, both online and offline. What's particularly powerful about this example is how it centers joy as resistance. During periods marked by racial tension, this creator chose to focus on hope rather than despair. Her videos have reached thousands, sparking new community led initiatives celebrating Black womanhood across digital spaces and helping normalize open dialogue around emotional healing within families and communities. This brings us to Ellen Butterfly's third essential message: community amplifies power. When we uplift each other, we thrive together. Our collective embrace of the divine feminine transforms not only ourselves, but also our communities. Strength truly comes in numbers. We see this principle beautifully illustrated in the Books to Activate Divine Feminine Energy movement, which highlights curated literature empowering young Black girls and women through stories centered on personal growth and femininity celebration. This initiative addresses significant gaps in mainstream publishing regarding representation and narratives that affirm the unique challenges faced by African American girls and women. By spotlighting works written by and about powerful Black women, from memoirs chronicling survival after adversity to guides teaching practical exercises for nurturing creativity and self worth. This movement has created ripples of transformation. Readers report feeling seen and inspired after engaging with recommended titles, and book clubs formed around these lists provide safe spaces for dialogue and sharing experiences. What began online as creators seeking resources reflecting real life struggles and triumphs relevant specifically within their communities has grown into something much larger. Bestseller lists now feature more work centering authentic voices and stories from daughters, mothers, and grandmothers across generations. Libraries and schools increasingly adopt such books into curricula and programming supporting holistic development among young readers. This movement embodies Ellen Butterfly's mission to help all girls understand they are magic and demonstrates tangible ways literature can revive lost voices and purpose following trauma or adversity while building communal bonds through shared storytelling traditions. As Ellen Butterfly shared during our interview, when one of us rises, we all rise. When one of us heals, we all heal. This is the power of community. It multiplies our individual light until the darkness has nowhere to hide. There's something profoundly moving about this vision of collective empowerment. It challenges the narrative of scarcity that so often pits us against each other, suggesting instead that our liberation is bound together. When we support each other's journey toward embracing our divine feminine energy, we create a ripple effect that transforms not just individual lives, but entire communities. This is an abstract theory. It's happening right now in living rooms and community centers, in online forums and social media platforms, in churches and schools across the country. Black women are reclaiming their power, honoring their heritage, and building communities of support that nurture the divine feminine in all its forms. Ellen Butterfly challenges each of us, especially her sisters, to embrace one daily ritual that honors our sacred creative space. Whether it's journaling about what makes you powerful or reaching out intentionally to uplift another woman in your circle, let this be an act rooted in love for yourself and your community. Choose authenticity over approval. This challenge isn't about adding another item to your to do list. It's about creating space for your soul to breathe, for your spirit to expand, for your divine feminine energy to flow freely. It might be as simple as 5 minutes of meditation in the morning, or writing a gratitude list before bed, or calling a sister friend to check in and offer encouragement. The beauty of this practice is that it doesn't require special tools or expensive resources. It simply requires presence, showing up for yourself with the same care and attention you so readily offer others. And when we make this a collective practice, supporting each other in honoring our sacred creative space, the impact multiplies exponentially. As Ellen Butterfly reminds us, your power doesn't diminish when you share it, it grows. Your light doesn't dim when you illuminate others, it brightens. This is the paradox and the promise of divine feminine energy. The more you give, the more you receive. So, I ask you today, what would happen if you fully embrace your divine feminine energy? What would change in your life, in your relationships, in your community if you honored your sacred creative power? What ancient wisdom within you is waiting to be awakened? The time for playing small is over. The time for silencing our own voices is done. The world needs what only you can bring, your unique expression of divine feminine energy, your particular story, your special gifts. Stand up, speak out, take up space, not just for yourself, but for all the women who came before you who couldn't, and for all the women who will come after you who shouldn't have to fight the same battles. Place your hand on your heart right now. Feel that rhythm. That's not just your heartbeat, that's the pulse of something ancient and powerful flowing through you. That's the divine feminine energy that has sustained generations. That's your birthright. I challenge you. No, I dare you to honor that energy every single day, to recognize it in yourself and to celebrate it in others, to build communities that nurture it and systems that respect it. Because when we all embrace our sacred power within, we don't just change our own lives, we transform the world. Remember, you are not just who you are today. You are the dreams of your ancestors made flesh. You are the hopes of generations yet unborn. You are divine feminine energy, incarnate, powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond description, worthy beyond question. Now go, rise, shine. The world is waiting for your light.